In this video, I'm going to discuss the top 5 regrets of the dying and what we can learn from them. Now, last week I discussed, how to stop caring what other people think about you. And you know what the number 1 regret was of the dying? I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life that others expected of me. Live a life true to yourself. Okay, so that's the number 1 regret, right? So what can we learn from this? Okay, so the number 1 is not living a life true to ourselves. So what do you think that you should be doing? And most people don't. Most people don't live a life true to themselves. Most people live a life either for someone else, or they're meeting expectations of what their mum and dad wanted them to be, or they're living the life because it's safe, because I've got a safe wage and it's comfortable. The amount of people that I speak to that just say, oh, everything's going great, and I'm like, really? And they're like, no. Even though it seems on the surface that they've got the right job. They're working for one of the big banks, PwC, Deloitte. They've got everything, but everything except what they truly want. They're living someone else's life. They're acting like a robot, and they're just going through the motions, going through the steps, instead of having the ability to say, you know what, this actually isn't really what I want to do. When we look at people, and we can see when they're living a life true to themselves, because they just act so differently. Days are different. They have enthusiasm, they have zest, and it's enjoyable to see instead of the robot in motion. Okay, so what I want you guys to think about is, okay, how do I live a life true to myself? Right, and I want you to do it. Actually, like, pause the video and write down your answer to this. Okay, because the learning part, right? You can watch a video from me, and that's great. But unless you do something, then nothing's going to change. It's going to be knowledge. It's potential power. But I want you to do something with it. So the first thing that I want you to do is pause the video, actually pause it, and think, how can I live a life true to myself? And just write down whatever comes. And hopefully that will give you some insights so that you don't have the number 1 regret of people that die. This is kind of important to do. Okay, so hopefully you've done that exercise. If you haven't, well, maybe this tells you a little bit about what your life is. Maybe you just learn and never do. I don't know. But you're watching this anyway, so you can carry on, or you could do. So the next one is, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Ooh. And how much time do we spend at work? Bloody hell. I mean, I know for myself, I work very, very hard. And it was difficult getting to the stage of relaxing. Like, I sometimes find it hard to relax. And I've got a beautiful girlfriend. She does a great job of making me relax, slowing me down. My family does the same. My friends do the same. And they're like, Ben, chill out. And that's great. And I have a great environment to help me do that. But then I'm also aware of myself, right? I track my time. If I go over time, I'm like, let's stop for today. Because working too hard just, it was the second regret of the dying, isn't it? Just don't do it. Stop. Right? What do you do all this for? Think about it. We work to enjoy life. Enjoy it. It's okay. Enjoy your life. Don't just be the robot saying, oh, you know what? I'm going to get financial freedom at 40, and then I'm going to have an amazing life. Bollocks. Not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to be going forward, get to 40, maybe you've got financial freedom, but then you're like, wow, now I've got the kids, they're going to uni, I want to do this. So you'll carry on working, and then before you know it, you're 60, and you haven't done anything. You've just worked really hard your whole life, and then a financial crisis hits and you lose everything. Yeah, possibility. Imagine if you just enjoyed yourself along the way. So this is your next thing to do. I want you to write something down to do this week that you really enjoy. Whether that is going for a walk in the park, whether that is going for a nice massage, whether that's going shopping, just do something that you really enjoy. Okay? And this will move you away from regretting things later in life. Next, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Now, guys have a real problem with this, because throughout our lives we've been told, emotions are for pussies. Why are you sharing your emotions? That's not cool. That's not manly. right? Deal with it, suck it up. Don't be a crybaby. Don't share. And unfortunately, a lot of women are like this now as well, because you're an independent woman, don't show any emotions, get the job done. And it's sad that the third regret of the dying is saying that I wish I had that courage to express how I'm truly feeling. Most of us just bottle it up. Most of us are just bottle collectors. Just that emotion, bottle here, that emotion, bottle there, I've got anger, sadness, we'll just leave them on the shelf. I'm sure they'll come out at some point. And then these people don't think, you know what, I wish I had the courage to actually express how I was actually feeling at that time. That I actually really loved that person, but I was too scared in case they said no. I was too scared to express that at that point. Because if you're not expressing, if you're not sharing your feelings, then you might as well be a robot. And I have people come to me every week who have the same issue. And the issue is, I can't express my feelings. I don't know how to, because my mum and dad weren't there, or there's something there, and I became independent and I just didn't show emotions. Right? And you have to allow those emotions through. So the exercise for you is going to be, what emotion is it that I'm not expressing that I should be? Oh, that's nice. Yes, do that one. Okay. So what emotion is it that I need to express that I haven't been? Okay, and just write down an emotion and see if this week you can express that to a person close to you. Saying, you know what, I was feeling a lot of anger this week because I was pissed about what's going on with the elections. I was annoyed that this guy cut me up and I didn't say anything, but oh man, I was pissed off. Right? Do that. That's okay. Let it out, because you can relax instead of just being this bottle collector. I like that analogy. Use that. Don't be a bottle collector. No one likes bottle collectors. That's weird. Okay. So next is, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. This is the fourth one. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Something that I teach in my workshops is the types of friends that you have. But in this example specifically, it's where you have a friend, but you just get lazy. You meet someone, you get on so well with them, but you move jobs, you move to another city, maybe you move to another country, and you think, oh, I'll chat to them another time, or there's a time difference, and I don't really want to work it out, and it's always changing. This is something I really recommend that every single person watching this video does, because I do it, and it's been really, really cool and very enlightening. And that is 2 exercises. 1, write down every single friend you've ever had in your entire life. Yeah, that will be cool, because then you're going to realize, okay, I should have stayed in touch with that person. Let me reach out. Right? If you don't want to have some of the top 5 regrets of the dying, do this. Don't just get to your deathbed and be like, oh, I wish I'd done that in that video. That would have been quite smart. Right? Be smart. Do it. So the first thing is to write down all those friends and then say, okay, who do I want to stay in contact with? Right? Next is, you're going to write all those names down. For me, I do it in an Excel spreadsheet. I like my Excel. And you're going to write down all their names, and you're going to put whether it's month 1, month 2, or Q1, Q2, or half year, full year. And you're just going to see if you've spoken to them. And just when you do, fill it in. Or just look at it weekly and say, I chatted to that person, just fill it in. And I've been doing that, and that's helped me stay in contact with friends. I mean, I've been to Shanghai, I've been to Thailand, I'm in LA at the moment, but I still contact those that are close to me because I want to maintain that interaction, right? We're humans, we're interconnected beings. So I want you to really think about this and say, how can I remain more connected to my friends? And this is a great way for you to be aware of it, because most people forget, right? The regret is, I wish I'd stayed in touch, right? They just forget, and we're humans. We naturally forget these things. But if you do this, like actually do it, not just listen, then you're gonna have more fulfilling friendships, and you're gonna live a more fulfilled life by being more interconnected deeply to those around you that you would have lost touch with otherwise. And now we're on to the last one, and I know you're dying to hear it. And the 5th one is, I wish I had let myself be happier. Oh, that's an interesting one. I wish I'd let myself be happier. Now, where do you think this comes from? This is the pressure we put on ourselves. Right? We put so much pressure, like, oh, you've got to be this, you've got to be this, and we don't let ourselves be happy because we don't think we're good enough. Most of us feel that we won't feel that we're going to be good enough. Maybe that's because we're trying to please our parents or please people, or we want to be the best. We have this drive of, oh, we're never going to be good enough, and we put ourselves down. Okay, don't put yourself down. Okay, allow yourself to be happy. It's okay. You can smile. You can enjoy the journey instead of stressing so much. Like they think, why was I so stressed the whole time? Can you imagine looking back at your life? Like, even if you look back at something, maybe like a few years ago, somewhere you got really pissed off. You look back at it now and you think, damn, why did I get so pissed off? I was pissed off for days, months. Right? And you can see this in your life. So let yourself be happy. And how are you going to do this? This will be the exercise for this one. What you're going to do is each night in a journal, you're going to write down your successes of the day. Little successes that made you happy. Whether that is, you know what, I'm a little bit successful today. I'm acknowledging myself. I did well because I opened a door for someone. I stopped and I let that person cross the street. You know what? I cleaned the kitchen today. Boom. That makes me happy. That was cool. And if you start looking for these things, then your life will change. But we tend to forget to. Right? This is why I teach about having weekly self-awareness. And you're asking yourself the right questions that allow you to move forward, but so you're not forgetting these things. Okay? If this is important, right? Take one of the exercises. Take all 5 if you want, but take something and do it. And then you won't regret what most of the dying do. And you're going to live a much more fulfilled life. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please hit the like button below and leave a comment if you have any questions or just to let me know what you thought of the video. If you want to watch more videos like this, then make sure to subscribe now so you can learn how to live a truly fulfilled life.